Be honest, how happy are you with yourself right now? Because 120 days ago, I hated how I looked. Anytime a beautiful woman passed by, I'd just and look away. And when I'm in the gym around jack guys, I felt so out of place. So over the last 4 months, I went back to what actually worked, copy pasting everything I did 13 years ago when I first escaped being average. And I'm finally starting to feel like myself again. And I'm confident I can help you do the same. In this video, I'm breaking down the exact 3 things I changed, how you can do them too, and what's secretly keeping you stuck being average. And by the end of this, please hire a bodyguard, as you'll be swarmed around by sexy women 24/7, just like I am right now. They're waiting outside. I'm coming. Now, everything on social media is fake. This tooth right here is fucking fake, man. 10 years ago, I was about to try a new shoulder press personal record. I was young and scared, but at that time, I was a testosterone teen in his prime, just thinking boobs, ass, boobs. More motivated than anything. So I grabbed the new heavyweight I was afraid of. Instead of struggling, it fucking flew up. All those months, I've been wasting my time lifting pussy-ass weights. Now, I was so much stronger than I thought on that first rep that it went straight to the jaw and it broke my fucking tooth. You know how people say, leave it all in the gym? Yes, I left my tooth in there too. Now, this is one stupid incident because I'm an idiot. But the sole factor that separated me from looking average and everyone lifting in the gym, even as a young, dumb, stupid kid who had no money, was violent intensity. I just picked up anything and pushed myself like a dog. If I was doing a set that was supposed to be 8 reps, I'd choose and pick a weight that by the 4th or 5th rep, I'm struggling to get it up to my 8th rep. I'd fight my ass off to reach that 8th rep. But you know what I fucked up now? Studies tell us that to build muscle, we need to go hard and 1 to 3 reps shy of failure, and that's more than enough. Now, I was following that advice, and you see the problem with that is I set my standards automatically so low already. Because instead of thinking about violent intensity and focusing on that mind-muscle connection of the exercise, I'm too busy thinking, okay, 2, 3 reps, okay, I can stop now. And you don't even end up going heavy. I went from being jacked to a pussy because I was lifting like one. So when you're training, if you've got 3 sets, you're pushing yourself on all 3 sets, man. Not just the last one. It's going to be hard, so you need to rest at least 2 minutes in between sets so you go into the next one strong, soldier. And the weights you select, if your rep range is 8 to 12 reps, then I want you struggling a few reps before that itself. Maybe in the 6th rep, you need to really start digging, think about your breakups, all the butt you want, or ass, or whatever. And you're going to feel intense pain. And when you feel that pain, you are in the dark side, my friend. Stay there. This is the average escaping zone. Stay there. Live there. Breathe it. Embrace it. And become the dark side. Just make sure when you're training, you don't compromise your form too much. Try to keep everything in place just like you set yourself up in the first rep. The truth is, training like this isn't easy and it's not for everyone, which is good because then once you start it, you'll stop lifting and looking like everyone. You'll escape being average and get much ahead fast. And if you want to get extra ahead, I put together a program for you and a few things you need to do before getting jacked at 15% body fat. Over the last 10 years, I bought tons of programs from everyone, all these wankers. So using all that information, I've made it into one super duper one for you. And after you follow all this, you can send your ex a picture of your new rocking body. And she'll show it to her new boyfriend and say, why you can't look like this? Look how strong and muscular my ex is, like Hercules. Now again, we don't want to be average. So that means we need to do things most people don't want to do. And this next one, you're going to think I'm crazy. Well, I am, but you'll think it more now. So back in the day, I was a university student, but I also worked 12-hour shifts selling perfume, alcohol, cigarettes in the duty-free. And my only time to train was from 11:15 p.m. to 12 a.m. because that's when I got home and the gym closed at 12. So I'd sprint to the gym, get my workout done as fast as possible, but sometimes I wouldn't have enough time to finish working on my biceps or triceps. So outside that gym was a dark construction area. So I'd find a massive brick and just start curling that. And once a friend of mine joined me after the gym, and when the gym closed, I casually walked to the bricks, started curling them. He asked me, "What are you doing?" I said, "What the fuck does it look like I'm doing? I'm curling bricks here." And then he joined me. And in these last 4 months, my dear grandma passed away. So when I flew to Goa for the funeral, I had no gym. This is what I was doing instead. There was even a point in my life I was so dedicated. I knew my friends were throwing me a surprise party on my birthday. I knew it. But I showed up 3 hours later because I couldn't skip training. Getting ahead and escaping being average requires a certain level of discipline and dedication. I know I sound like I have a stick up my ass, but in these last 4 months, I didn't skip a single workout. I showed up for everything. And you need to too. It doesn't matter what's going on in life. There are going to be days you're exhausted. You have no time. You need to still show up for yourself. Things in life are going to happen, man. Change your energy. But your goal, that never changes. So you need to pick the days you're lifting and treat them like non-negotiable meetings, like you're meeting the president or the Pope. If you know that you have something that's happening around your gym time, then you need to get up earlier or do it at a different time. You have to be flexible. You have to think ahead. Because once you start skipping, it becomes a bad habit. And you start disrespecting the whole process overall and just not prioritizing it anymore. It's so easy to go from one skipped workout, just this one time, to like 4 in the next week. It's just like when you go to a bar. I want to have one drink, and then you know what happens next, Mr. Sexy Dancer. Even if it's just a 25-30 minute workout, that's more than enough. More! Use training systems like drop sets, myo reps, where you absolutely destroy your body in the least amount of time just by hammering away consistently until death. Now here's an example. If it's my leg day and I can't go to the gym, at home, I'm putting my foot on the couch and doing split squats bottom half only and terrorizing myself. I'm resting less to keep that tension and then intensity, and then I'll throw in some lunges, some calf raises, a little bit of abs. You get the point. Just leave no stone unturned and always show up for yourself no matter what. You will thank and love yourself after this, but most importantly, you love me because I told you to do it. I don't want your money. Just send me your hottest friend's number and maybe I can. Now, if you nailed the first 2, you are ready. You're ready to start entering your true final form, your prime. But this next one is so crucial. If you don't do this, none of this works. Fuck everything. Cancel everything. So my dad used to lift. That's actually where I learned all my fundamentals. And thanks to him, I learned early on the power and value of protein shakes. How good of a tool they were to easily get in my protein. But the problem was I was a dumb, broke kid. So he bought the protein and I had to drink whatever flavor he chose. Now he's a fruity guy. I'm more of a vanilla chocolate kind of person. So he used to buy this fruit punch flavor. I hated it. It was like a unicorn had sex with a gummy bear and then that baby vomited. And that's what this shake was. So I drank it once before a nice date night with my ex and her sister's boyfriend, who I really liked. Her sister finally cooked some beef stew for the first time ever. And right after I took one bite of it, I vomited everywhere because of that disgusting protein shake flavor. Now, as terrible as that sounds, those protein shakes were one of the biggest reasons I got jacked. Because I always nurtured my body with protein. Because I'm busting my hairy ass in there, I need to get my money's worth. Not just protein shakes, even though they're really, really helpful, but anything and everything protein. I plan all my meals around protein. And here's a habit I cultivated that really got me ahead. Every day for breakfast, I drink a 2-scoop 50-gram protein shake. And at whatever point I train, I drink another one right after. That's 100 grams of protein alone. And it's so cheap and convenient. But when I fell off track was because there was a myth before that. If you drink protein right after your workout, your growth is Arnold Schwarzenegger. But once they busted that myth, I stopped drinking my shake after it. Now, even though it was a myth, it was still a really good habit. Because I gain the protein for my muscles, and when I go to eat my next meal, I don't eat like Godzilla. because I'm still a bit full from that protein shake, which is such a good tool for keeping you lean. You have to prioritize your protein because building muscle without protein is like trying to build a house with no bricks. You can hammer away all day, but you're building air. So take a look at these sources. This is in the 15% Jack blueprint. Choose the ones you like and tell ChatGPT to cook up some ideas for you. I did this and I found a delicious 50-gram protein wrap that I cannot live without anymore. And if you're still struggling, maybe you can just do what this guy is doing. So when you're lifting weights, choose weights that will force you to get to the hardest version of yourself when you reach those last few reps. And no matter what happens, I don't care if your house is on fire, someone's fucking your wife, you've got to put in the work and get that protein. Now, as you do this, you're going to get jacked, but losing belly fat is still a pain in the ass. And be honest, it's always been there. Watch this next because I break down the harsh truths I learned while losing belly fat that you need if you want to get ripped.